Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. You're listening to Positive Mindset for Entrepreneurs, and I'm your host, Dana Wilde. This is the show where we show you how to build your business faster by leveraging the power of mindset. Oh, yeah. We're totally into that, aren't we? If you want to join the Train Your Brain Sandbox, then remember to get your daily mantra at danawilde.com/mantra. Get that jolt of happy every day. So today I am going to reveal the number one thing you can do to grow your business quickly. Are you ready for it? Let's go. We had somebody write into the show and they wrote, I am struggling with identifying my ideal customer, my ideal client, my ideal team member, and my message and the problem that I solve. I'm completely overwhelmed. What do I do? Okay, great question. By the way, if you would like to get your question answered on the show, you can do that at danawilde.com/ask danawilde.com/ask Dana. And you just fill out a form and you're put on the show, but anonymously. Okay. All right. So back to the question. This is an awesome question. And I think many of us as entrepreneurs, we can identify with it because we get completely overwhelmed by all the things we have to do. It's never ending. Whether you're building an online business or an offline business, the list of things to do never ends. And then you get to the end of it all and you have to start over and revise things. Like we're ever changing, we're ever revising. Most of being an entrepreneur is just staying in that good feeling of hope and the good feeling that things are unfolding perfectly. Because if we allow ourselves to really look at the list and get overwhelmed, it's just not a good feeling place and we don't move anywhere from there. So tending to our emotional state is primary. I would like to go so far as to say it's the only thing we have to do as entrepreneurs. It's the only thing we have to do. If we can keep ourselves feeling good, feeling hopeful, feeling positive, feeling happy, feeling like we're on the path, all of those good feelings, the rest of the stuff sorts itself out. Because I'm going to just drop a truth bomb here that many people are going to disagree with who are in the quote unquote expert niche. But the truth bomb is this: all of those things I just mentioned, identifying the ideal customer, client, team member, message, problem you solve, all that stuff, none of this gets you business. What? None of it gets you business. And same goes for building your sales page, uh, making an Instagram post, doing funnel, all of these things. That is not what gets you business. Now you might say that's crazy. I have to do these actions. Doing these actions is what builds my business. This is how I build my business. But the reality is, the only thing that makes you money is the expectation that you will make money. Really take that in for a minute. What makes money for you, what gets you clients, what grows your business is the positive expectation that things are unfolding and things are working. You cannot take enough action to make up for a messy mindset. You can't. There's no way to have those limiting beliefs or have negative beliefs or feel overwhelmed or not feel hopeful or feel like it's not working and saying those negative messages. You can't work hard enough to overcome that. So, whether we like it or not, if we're not already naturals, like if you look at the people who are at the tops of all the different industries, many, if not most of them, are naturally positive expectation, optimistic thinking, have a high expectation for their success in the way they think. And if they don't, if there's somebody who doesn't, then they learned how to do that. But most of them don't know that's the secret to their success. So when you ask somebody who's successful, how did you do it? They're going to give you some answer like, well, I worked long hours, or, well, I passed out a business card to everybody within 5 feet of me, or, well, I did 1,000 podcasts. Like they don't know that the reason they're successful is because they think positive thoughts. Who thinks that? Nobody thinks to answer like, well, I'm successful because I just happen to think different thoughts than other people. Nobody talks like that, right? So really be clued in that most of the things we feel overwhelmed about, if not all, don't make us any money anyway. What makes you money? Thinking differently, the expectation that you're going to make money. And I'm going to cite this as my case study for this. How many of you, and I was like this, my first business was an offline business. It was a direct sales business. And I was clueless. Like I didn't know anything about anything. I didn't even know how to demo our products properly. I didn't know anything about the direct sales industry. I didn't do hostess gifts. I didn't do any kind of games or things that they told you to do. I mean, I didn't know anything, but I was sponsoring people, booking left and right, very successful in a very short time because I was what we called at the time ignorance on fire. Like I was so fired up. I was so excited. And I bet you know somebody like that too. Bet you know somebody out there who's either online or in an offline business and they're just so enthusiastic and fired up and talking about all the good things that are happening. And you say, how's it going? They're like, oh, this happened and this happened and this happened. And they're so excited and so happy. And they're meeting with more and more success. They may be clueless as to actually how to do things, but they've got that positive expectation. And that's what moves them forward. Now, having said that, obviously, as you build your business, you will, at some point, the unfolding will be you will, I'm going to use the word tackle, even though that's a little kind of not feel good, that you will play, you will create all of these different sections of your business. You will understand more and more who your ideal client is. You will understand more and more what problem you solve. You will understand more and more your unique selling proposition. You will grow and you will get better at expressing your message. You will get better at it and you will hash out each of these little areas. But you'll do it when it feels like fun and when it feels like the next logical step. And it will reveal itself. And you'll find it just from talking to people and helping people. So, from the action side of things, where to start is just start solving a problem for a specific group of people. Just think about that. Like, what advice can I give to people? And make it your mission just to go out and give free advice. Get out in the world, solve people's problems for free. If you're not sure which one, just start talking about any of them. Just start saying, like, here, look at your current clients or the people who are currently in your sandbox and say, well, what things are they experiencing that I could help them with now? And just bang around and play around with it and solve problems for free. Give advice for free. If you're looking for ideas on where you can do that, you can go on to Google and just search. Actually, even better, go into Chat GPT and say, I help people with, and put in what your profession is, what kind of problems might they be experiencing? And you'll get a whole list of questions of things that you can address in your marketing or in your method for getting the word out. Solve people's problems for free. Because when you start solving people's problems for free, they will get to know you. They will understand your message. They will fall in love with you. You'll start to figure out the other things. You'll start to see who your ideal client is. You'll start to figure it out. But start there. Like for me, that's the easiest thing. That's the easiest way to get feedback. And I tend to attract helpers. I tend to attract people who love to help other people into this sandbox. And if that's you, if you like to help other people, if you like to help other people transform, then it's a big old feel good just to get out there and solve people's problems. That's so nice. And when you do it for free, you create a lot of goodwill and they want to be in your sandbox and hang out with you. So the final point, and this is so important, I'm going to reiterate it again, is to train your brain. all of this huge list of things to do we all have to do. Me too. How long have I been at this? I've still got a huge list of things to do. It can feel so overwhelming, but it's important to remember that's not how the money flows. That's not where the business comes from. That's not how those that list of tasks is not what generates new business. What generates new business is the expectation of new business. So I would recommend starting with things like, whew, man, that kind of feels good. I was so stressed about this thing list of things to do, and I like the idea that I can just relax and get feeling more hopeful, get feeling better, train my brain, focus my thoughts. I love that I can think only one thought at a time. I love that I can think in my head. I like being a proactive thinker. It's so fun to know that if I generate more positive emotion, that I'm gonna get better results. I love feeling hopeful. The more I feel hopeful and happy and expecting good things, the creative pathways open in my brain, and I love that idea. I love that I have access to better ideas. I love taking action when I feel inspired to take action. I love when I get a really good idea and then I do something. I love when I'm in the flow. It feels so good to feel good because I like to engage with people more. I'm actually authentically curious about them. They like to hear from me. I show up in the world as my best self. It feels so good to be out in the world as a brain trainer and to be happy and have positive expectation. I like the idea that the things I do work. It feels so good to know that I can just relax. Huh, just relax, not stress out about this whole long list of things to do. Just make it easy and build my business the fun, light, and easy way. This is how we do it. And you've totally got this.